Yeah, I'd have a JQ7 swapped Evo.
If I go to edit this and it hasn't picked up any of the audio,
We'll do it again.
we'll just cancel the podcast permanently.
It'll be members only.
Members only. I'm only being paid for this now.
We don't have like an intro either.
Talk Spec.
Talk Spec.
That's it. This is us, Talk Spec. Right, we've got a very interesting podcast for you today. And by interesting, I mean, if you're the sort of person who constantly complains about new things, if your old man yells at cloud, you're going to love this one. There are some interesting, I would say, open-minded takes, but a lot of it is probably going to be like, oh, modern stuff is fucking shit. Why can't we go back to the 90s and the 2000s where like you only had to worry about your IAC and not logging into your car via your email address?
Or subscribing to your air conditioning, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Loves that.
So we're going to start off with the first topic, which is probably the one we've thought about the least, which is, so the Porsche Taycan is now taking a feature from Hyundai's, I think it's the Ioniq N, like the spicy EVs from Hyundai, which is basically like fake gears and fake revs for the electric vehicles.
First of all, if you take the boomer take of this, Porsche is copying Hyundai.
Yeah.
Go back 40 years. Tell your dad that. Tell your uncle that. You know, they'll go.
Hyundai is the big dog now.
The people that make the Hyundai Pony are teaching Porsche.
Yeah, those guys that have been making batteries for the last 40 years were like, wow, crazy how the tide turns. Crazy.
The old
people are like, Hyundai EVs must be really unreliable. Like, brother, we've been making batteries longer than you've been alive.
Big battery guys.
we love batteries. We've always been the battery guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've taken the fake gears thing. I don't know if you've seen it in the Hyundai.
I have seen it, and I'm going to be honest. As a car person, right, I do appreciate what they're trying to do, and I think the more accepting we are of these little nuanced mods, like the gears or the fake audio.
Yeah.
I know they haven't nailed it at all yet.
Yeah.
But obviously, the better it will become. But I do prefer the concept of EV just being EV.
Really? Okay.
So when they start doing these random things, like Hyundai's also got, I don't know if you mean by fake gears, you mean the simulated shift, like DSG shifts.
Yeah.
But I can't remember which EV manufacturer has a fake manual box as well. It might be Hyundai.
Maybe Hyundai.
In
That's one of those.
That really cool concept they did.
Yeah. Like the sports car looking thing. DeLorean looking motherfucker.
But I was like, it's just like, it's cool, but I could never commit to that. I don't think.
Sure.
I don't think it would sit well with me.
Yeah, no, I would have the pops and bangs map on
Popcorn limiter.
Popcorn limiter on my EV.
Can I have the diesel smoke simulation, please?
Yeah, like I actually don't like EVs. I'm not against them. I just don't want to own one right now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think my ideal daily would be like a Renault 5 with the electric motor.
Fair.
But
so
I don't mind the fake gears because I like the fact they're doing something different.
Well, that's like what I said initially. Like, if we're accepting of these things and
I just don't
slate them.
Like, Tesla would never.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And Tesla can get in the bin. Unless they want to give us a few million quid and then...
For the low price of...
5 mil? A mil?
$1 million per podcast.
Sure, yeah. $1 million and I get the full spec plaid Model S that you don't make anymore. I'll have one of those as well.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't drive it. Just wait for the value to go up on it. Stonks my way out of it. Battery's never been depleted in its life. Fresh IAC on that thing.
So would you own, like I know you said about the Renault 5, would you own a modern EV?
Yeah, just not a Tesla.
Well, is that like...
That's just because I think Elon Musk is a fucking bell sniff, basically, yeah. That's what
Do you know what? I've watched a few videos lately, including the Smith and Sniff podcast again. And Richard on there was like, yeah, it's sort of a shame that Elon Musk is such a penis because the Model S that I've had is so good. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure they're actually just really solid for an EV because they've just been doing it well for ages.
I would own an EV if I could own any, like money was no object. It would probably be some sort of Ioniq N, because I've never been a Hyundai guy or a Kia guy, though the Stinger's fucking cool. But they just kind of are different. And the reason I don't like a lot of modern cars, they're all the fucking same.
Yeah.
But Hyundai's like, pots and bangs map on your EV, sir? Or do you want your hatchback to have 750 horsepower? Sure.
I do like that.
Like an EV, you know how we've spoken about it before, where EVs are like, their thing is that they're, if you look at them on a spec sheet, they're just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But in reality, there's not much to them. At least if there's not much to them, I want something.
Yeah.
Like
every
EV can do 60s in like 2 seconds or something. Don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
If I gave a shit about that, I wouldn't own an MR2. Do you know what I mean?
That is a good
If I wanted to get to 60 at all, if I wanted to leave the unit, I wouldn't own an MR2. But the whole spec sheet, I think it's like, you have to find ways to differentiate it. And back in the day, if like a Golf R, the reason the Golf R is so popular is because it's crazy quick for what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's not, there are a few
DSG
things
fast.
about it, but it's mostly because it's quick. Now EVs, their thing as a whole is they're quick. So you have to find something else. And I like Hyundai. Hyundai, you could pay me. I would drive a Hyundai EV.
Well, I know you're a tech person, but EVs are the stereotypical tech person choice.
Oh, big time, yeah.
You know, it's like, why would I get anything else? The car self-heats in the morning. It can drive me to work if I don't want to, etc. It is what it is. It's the way the world is heading. Although I do think the fact that so many people have rebelled against it means we will end up going more analog. But I think if I was to own an EV, it would either be one of those Twizy F1s.
Okay, yeah.
Or an AMI.
Just like the smallest thing you can get into.
Yeah, just
basically.
appliance that's whimsical.
That's fair. I actually get that.
Because anything else is just going to be like, I'm going to find the 0 to 60 fun for like 4 days. And then I'm going to go, oh yeah, this is costing me £300 a month, £200 a month. An AMI or a Twizy I can get for like £4 all in.
Yeah, okay. No, I would have a Renault 5 or an Ioniq N.
Fair.
Two very different price classes, but I would have one of those.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have I don't think I would have much else really. I could be persuaded, but those are the two that stand out to me. And as a tech person, I don't want an EV.
No,
but
fair.
But if I had to pick, if I was forced to have an EV, those are what I would pick.
Okay, I'll race you in my AMI.
That's fine.
Just imagine.
It's an electric motor. It should be able to go in reverse as fast as it goes forward, right?
Yeah.
We unlock it a bit.
Well, just imagine having an AMI.
0 to 60 in reverse, 2 seconds.
Just having an AMI here and then being able to go to the shop in like 4 seconds.
It's right there. Like, shit, I got here quick.
Yeah.
I only wrote off 3 cars driving across. Okay.
No.
Side topic. Oh, no, go on.
I was going to say, like, now that we've scared everyone off with EV talk.
Was slightly related.
Okay.
I think cars have become too aggressively styled.
I do somewhat agree with this.
It's got to a point where and it's just a fad, it's just a trend, it's just design. This is how design works. Like things go, the ebb and flow, they go in different ways. But I think it's crazy that we went from like even supercars being relatively softly styled.
Yeah.
And then like, so we're talking what, 2000s maybe? Porsche Carrera GT, not that aggressive looking really, if you think about it.
But it's in the bubble era. Well, like obviously the cars have their styling eras. Obviously, I said obviously like a whole bunch of times, but when you look back to the 2000s, you go from the initial aero concepts of bubbly, curvy cars to the very angular cars of like 07, 09. Like I'm thinking Ford design languages. You see where you're going from Mark 1 Focus to Mark 2 Focus.
But Mark 2 was still quite bubbly.
It was still quite bubbly, but they started squaring it off, you know?
And then now you've got
Everything looks like a GT3 RS.
everything styled to within an inch of its life.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a Picanto hater, but a Picanto is a good example of a car that is quite mass market. It's quite a normal car, and sure they're quicker now with their 1 litre turbos and all that, but they look more aggressive than an RS6 did like 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, things were understated, and it was like we were talking about this earlier, like you were saying about how Q cars were more if you know, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. They didn't look as aggressive. You would the big things would be like slightly flared wheel arches, slightly, but like look at a modern Audi A6. It looks more aggressive than an RS6 of like the previous generation.
Yeah.
And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. Like I'm not saying, oh, this is awful. I just, you know how like we've been talking about this for probably years, that nuance doesn't exist anymore in reality.
Yeah.
Well, it's translated to car design. I think it's just raw aggression at all times.
So do you know what I think it is more than anything? Like I was thinking in my head just then, cars are needlessly complicated because, not to get political, but car manufacturers don't make much money on the initial car. They make all their money on the back end. And with more people servicing cars and doing bits and bobs elsewhere or by themselves, they're making less money. So that's why all of these things, like the bumper on the car behind you is 2 pieces. The bumper on the Civic that Adam's putting back together is like 18 pieces.
The context, the car behind me is 89?
89, yeah.
And the Civic's 2017? 2020. So...
But we were putting that bumper together and there was all of these different plastic components that slot together and it was all complicated. And it does feel like that's a money-making scheme. But I realised the actual real reason isn't that negative way of looking at it. It's actually just because people care more about what their car looks like as opposed to how it performs. So it's sort of similar to how you associate Saabs with dentists and stuff like that.
Okay,
this is going to sound like waffle.
No, I get what you mean.
It's the people that know would go out and buy like a base model 911. That's like the most 911.
Right.
But the people that want to show off would be like, oh, okay, I'm going to get the purple one with the panoramic super sunroof and all of this. And basically that's filtered its way down to every single car. They're like, I don't care if it's like Polos, for example. I know I've gone on like 5 different tangents to get to this point, but it's like the Polo, the everyman doesn't care that it's not the GTI, but they want everyone to think they've got...
Yeah, so the R-Line, GT line, all of these cars.
It's all perception based as opposed to performance based, how it used to be.
This is tangentially related, but because we're talking about car design, first moment since talking about the JQs last week that we went into McDonald's for breakfast to grab a cup of coffee, saw a primer grey Range Rover something or other in the corner of the car park, and Alex went, is that a JQ or is that a Land Rover? And I went, fucking hell, I actually can't tell. No, that is a Range Rover, because they look so similar.
It's a mini game though, because you could basically, entirely unrelated to the initial little side topic here, you could basically go into any car park with somebody who doesn't know cars and go, what's that? And it could be 5 different things. Yeah. Like you mentioned about how many Ford Cougars you've seen. I think most people would struggle, besides the Ford badge being a very recognizable badge, to go, oh yeah, that's obviously a Ford Cougar. That's not a Qashqai.
Yeah.
That's not a RAV4
Or 3008 or whatever the fuck the
They're
Peugeot
all
one
the
is.
same.
Yeah,
But
which is fine. It just makes car spotting a bit. I mean, it makes it easier because stuff stands out.
Yeah.
If it's not regular traffic.
It's very easy to spot your fellow enthusiasts now.
Yes. Yeah. Mostly because of the plumes of smoke coming out of the bonnet and all the rest of it.
And that Nismo R badge on there.
Yeah.
Duke.
On the Duke. Yeah.
Crazy bucket seats in those. Look them up.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Duke R owner.
Yeah.
The next topic isn't. I can't segue. I can't do this very smoothly. But your dream video game, car-based video game, doesn't have to be a racing game.
Okay.
But it could be if you want. How would you take different aspects of your favorite games and build that game?
I'm going to be so boring. I'm going to be so boring. Underground 2 in every conceivable way.
Yeah.
Maybe with a smidge of the customization from Carbon added in.
Okay.
You know, where you could adjust
Yeah.
wing size and body kits and so on. You could really like
You'd almost like
mold them.
Yeah. Almost 3D design it yourself.
But with like Horizon or Forza in general feel.
Okay. Like driving feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because going back, and I don't know if any of you guys have done this, but going back and playing games like OG Most Wanted and Underground, the cars feel really heavy. That's the only way I can describe them. Like the steering input versus the
You almost get a delay with
spider
it.
in my eye.
Damn, that's our first guest on the podcast. Hello,
What's
mate.
up, brother? I'm going to just let him make his way out of here.
He's like, damn, where's the Ayak I was trying to crawl inside? It's gone.
Brother, it's a safe place
He's on
to
your
go.
leg
It's
now,
not
he's
doing
gone.
anything. So
Old Need for Speed's feeling heavy, yeah.
Old Need for Speed, you would go on Underground 2 is a really good example. You would do your initial races in your like Focus or your Corsa or whatever. You'd unlock the SUVs and they feel exactly the same.
Yeah.
You're like, what is going on here? And it's only until the end of the game where like the faster cars feel different.
Proper supercars and that.
But I think the atmosphere of those games, those early Need for Speeds, like the Underground 1 and 2, OG Most Wanted, all very good. And I think
atmosphere they really nailed in those games.
And so I would do Underground 2 vibe, Forza controls with a bit of Carbon customization.
Sounds like a brick, and it is going to be open world.
Yeah. Most Wanted / undercover story.
Okay.
So basically just an amalgamation of Need for Speeds, but
modernized basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a revamp.
Before I get into mine, because it's quite convoluted,
Oh no.
I don't think there is a single racing game I've ever played or driving game where the sound has been that good. And I think that might link to, you know how you were saying that they haven't nailed the fake sounds? I think it's just basically impossible to manufacture engine sounds in a way that's really believable.
So I was reading about this recently and how in Forza Horizon over the years, they'd slowly been paying people or asking people nicely to bring their car along with certain exhaust intake setups to record as much audio as possible, but they haven't completed them. So when you play Horizon, and I've not played the new one, some cars sound phenomenal and some cars sound rubbish. And from my understanding, the ones that sound rubbish are the ones that they've just taken the sound of something else and put on it.
Right, okay, yeah.
So one that lots of people were quite upset about was the R34 in the new one, not sounding anything like an R34.
Right, yeah. Yeah, okay. So my game it takes so many parts.
I knew
would
this was
have
going to be an autistic answer.
I would have the driving mostly of Assetto Corsa, the original, right? Because I think they do it would be an open world game. I think they manage the sort of feel of a road car the best. The racing cars might not be so good, but like the feel of like the slip angle and everything, it just feels. Sometimes when you drive Gran Turismo, you're driving like a, I don't know, BMW M3 bone stock E46. It kind of feels a bit race car-y, where it's not necessarily going to be like that. Whereas I think Assetto Corsa manages to sort of nail that balance. The sound, again, I can't pick a game where I think the sound would be all that good, but the map, it would be an open world one. I'd have Forza Horizon 2's sort of Italy and France bits. I would then have basically Liberty City or a New York style thing.
Yeah.
And then I'd have like a big chunk of like Midnight Club 3's Chicago and like all that map. Because Midnight Club 3, in terms of like you were saying, the feeling, the atmosphere, Midnight Club was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'd have the car list from Gran Turismo 6. It's like 1,400 cars or something.
Okay.
I'd have the customization of BeamNG and the physics and like the way that works. I would have an online sort of, so you could do it online if you want, but it's not an online game, but you could play it online. It's not, it doesn't require the internet, but I would have iRacing's sort of level of quality in the online matchmaking system and everything. I would probably have the level of detail from Gran Turismo, or like the newer Gran Turismos. Like Gran Turismo 7 isn't necessarily like the best game, but I think it nails all the quality components. I would have the music and the menus from Gran Turismo 4.
Okay.
Because I think that's...
This is maybe the most thought out answer. I feel bad about my my Need for Speed remake.
Oh, I would have the rallying from BeamNG as well. I'd keep that in there, so you can do a bit of rallying. I would really like the open worldness to have maps, or to have tracks, real racing tracks in it. So you can have like the Nürburgring over here, you can have Bathurst over there. They're like 4 miles apart.
Okay.
I would have like I'd have like proper traffic and AI in there. So it's quite dense. You would need a NASA supercomputer to run this. It's an impossible game to
imagine
make.
the GPU
like,
temperature on this.
That's how I would do it. I think the closest game to my perfect game is BeamNG.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
With a few mods.
Yeah, Beam is unbelievable. From all of your answers, I get the impression that you're playing on a wheel straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that was the difference. Mine was definitely more casual.
I reckon if you don't own a £4,000 sim rig, then you can just get fucked. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like,
when you said Assetto Corsa, I was like...
Assetto Corsa is ass on a controller. But yeah, if you don't own a SimuCube of any description, then you can just go and fuck yourself, basically.
Yeah.
That's
fine. I will.
That's my... Oh, I would probably have the soundtrack from like FIFA 2007 as well.
Not FIFA Street.
No, not FIFA Street. I think old FIFA soundtracks are like some of the best.
I would quite like to hear what these people come up with, because they're people from your
listening to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. How would you do it? They'd probably all just say iRacing's perfect.
They'd go iRacing, but like for the street in it.
No, they wouldn't even say that. They'd be like iRacing, but just the graphics are better. That's it. That's all they want. iRacing is perfect.
Because these are all sim people. So when I said
what?
Simple people. Very simple.
Simple people. Yeah, sim people.
Yeah, sim folk. So they're probably like, Need for Speed Underground 2.
Yeah, to be fair.
The chassis dynamics of Underground 2.
Every time I play, we're just being bombed.
Yeah. Well, they found out that both the Merc and MR2 have severe oil leaks.
Oh, right, yeah.
Good evening, United
DVLA
States.
is like fucking bombing us. I think I've gone back and played the Need for Speed.
MR2, is that
you? And I just hate the way they drive, personally. I think you're probably right. They just feel heavy.
I got myself like a couple of years ago, really, really hyped on the idea of going back and playing Most Wanted. Phenomenal story game. You get really invested in it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't also bother with a story in my.
Yeah, so fair. But you get hooked on it, and then you're like, every part of racing in this game hurts my soul.
Yeah.
It's like having been spoiled with newer arcadey racing games. Because I'm, no surprise to you guys, I'm not a wheel or sim user. So
Not yet.
Every time I've used the sim on anything besides Beam, but also including Beam,
Yeah.
I have written the shit off of some stuff on there.
Yeah.
So
this is your topic.
yeah, this is my
Explain
baby.
to the ladies and gentlemen, the one gentleman.
So I was reading an online article about another company remaking the Mark 1 Escort. Now, MST have been doing this for a while, but this other company has sort of taken that in a singer direction as opposed to the sort of rally craft sort of direction. So I was thinking, if you were billionaire startup man numero uno, and you could pick from any brand, any specific vehicle, what would be your singer reimagination of a car / brand and era?
I would do. I think I got this right. I would do it two ways, or like I'd have two sets. So I'd have my brand would be about remaking early 2000s Toyotas, MR2, Celica, because that's the one that people don't
The front wheel
like.
drive one.
The front wheel drive
You'd make
one.
it rear wheel drive.
There are a few front wheel drive ones. It's not just the latest one that was front wheel drive. There was some 4-wheel drive and there was some front wheel drive ones.
Yeah.
But anyway, that generation, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the bad one.
The GTS or whatever it is. The Yaris T-Sport with the fucking centre-mounted gauges. And maybe the Corolla of that generation. And I would strip all the engines out. It's a K20 in every single one.
It's a K20.
It's not especially powerful, like a 250, like one of the base sort of model. I know they had a 197 horsepower one, but let's say 200 horsepower. It doesn't need to be special. I would have everything in all of those cars. I'd leave all the drivetrain, even the front wheel drive Celica, I'd leave front wheel drive, but it would have a K20 in it. And then I would, for sort of the flagship model, I would have the MR2 GT500 spec, wide, proper body kit on it, and it would be boosted. It would make, it doesn't even have to be crazy, but 350, maybe 400 horsepower.
Nice.
And it would just be set up nicer, because essentially the Toyotas of this generation were built this way because Toyota was going, we need to find ways to make cars, one, more accessible, and two, cheaper to make. That's why you ended up with like basically just the MR2. A lot of people don't class it as a sports car. They class it as just like an economy car that's a bit flipped around.
Yeah.
And it's because that was the ethos inside Toyota at the time. So my reimagining of that would be like less, not crazy. Again, like a K20 in a Celica, 215 brake or whatever, that doesn't sound crazy, but it's just enough to make a difference, to make them more like how they should be. And then my other thing would be this, basically the same thing, but with Mazdas. The NCMX5 and the RX-8 would both get K20s.
Yeah.
Again. But I would charge not £500 million for my reimagining. I would charge 50 grand, which is a lot of money, but it's not
relative.
It's not 400 grand. I'd get it. I wouldn't necessarily go, crazy with all of the engineering. I would put a better suspension, better brakes, that kind of thing. I'd kind of tweak it, but I wouldn't say clad everything in marble and, posh leather, because the whole point of these cars was to be a little bit more sporty anyway. Yeah. And I actually think the interiors aren't too bad of the Toyotas this generation. They're a bit plasticky, but the second you start, padding everything out, they weigh like as much as a normal car anyway, and then what's the point? So that would be my imagining. And I'd be Boyota for my Toyota one, and Mazda for my, for my Mazda one. That would be how I'd do it.
Nice. I do like that. I specifically like the RX-8 and NC because I love those cars. I just don't like anything about
the drivetrain.
The drivetrains.
Yeah. Gearboxes are meant to be quite good.
Yeah, yeah.
But the engines can get fucked.
Yeah,
yeah.
They can absolutely get fucked. Rotaries can get fucked. I'll say that now.
I don't think you'll ever live to regret saying that. Ever.
I couldn't care less about rotaries.
In approximately 3 weeks, Alex comes home with an FD that he's bought off Adam because Adam's wrote it off. So, well, you know, I always quite liked rotaries.
Yeah, I really like rotaries. Nah, if I wanted to buy a lawnmower, I'd go buy a lawnmower.
Yeah, fair.
2-stroke. They sound cool, but just everything about them is just not my thing. But yeah, my reimagination, right? I, like you, couldn't pin it down to just one thing. So my first initial instinct was PSA hot hatches. So for those of you that don't know, PSA is, well, it's now loads of things, but initially was just Peugeot and Citroën. So I'm talking C2 VTS, 206 GTI, 106 Saxo, AX, BX, ZX. Now, granted, lots of you will go, well, they were perfect anyway. But I'm thinking...
What are you talking about? They weren't 300 horsepower with pops and bangs maps. How could they not be perfect?
I would sort of do them in a club sport ethos.
Yeah.
So we take in generic C2 VTS Saxo, trim it in a nice way. So it's Alcantara, it's got the buckets, it's got a nice wheel in it. The interior, we flock the dash or something so it feels and looks less cheap.
Yeah.
Tune it to 200 horsepower and send it on its way.
Keep it NA?
Yeah, keep it NA. Keep the concept of it as it was, but just improve the fit and finish. And in that same concept, obviously, like all of those hot hatches, they're adored now, but doing that treatment to them would just make them actually perfect.
Spot on, yeah.
Applying that same concept to Mitsubishi from 2000 onwards. So, for example, the CZT.
How would you do that differently?
So the CZT feels very top heavy. So I'd go carbon roof.
Okay, yeah.
And all carbon body panels.
Of course you would, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking like Singer-esque.
Yeah.
The interior, I'd redo that whole dash setup. That's a fucking nightmare.
Well, the dash that's maybe 5 miles long.
Yeah. That would go. And I'd just improve the handling. That engine's perfect as is.
Okay.
The like WRC level turbo lag, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everything about that car is so much fun. Maybe I'd make it all-wheel drive so it is truly a baby Evo.
That would be really cool, actually.
But yeah, CZT, phenomenal. And then I would also apply that fit and finish treatment to Evos and Shoguns, where the car itself is adored and loved, but the fit and finish...
Which generation's Evos are we talking about?
Any from...
I don't know.
Because it's 2000s, so it'll be from the 5 to the 9.
Did the 6 come out in the 2000s?
Yeah.
For some reason I pictured that as a 90s car.
It might be a 90s car, but that's where I'm placing it. Yeah. That'll be the oldest. But having been in a few Mitsubishi products... The fit and finish...
That does sound a little bit... I've been in some Mitsubishi. That sounds... Yeah. Cancel this man right now.
I've been in them.
Yeah. You've been in them all right.
They're just a bit lackluster. Like, I've been looking at a lot of Evos lately. Sort of, that's my obtainable dream car. And I always look at it and I look at the dash and it's the same as this CZT. You're like, something about that doesn't feel right. Something about it feels like it's going to be creaky and annoying and stuff like that. And I'm not a snob. I'm not like, oh, I can only have a
Kinda like the
leather-bound
MR2
dash.
Although I like
Yeah.
the dash, you look at it and you go, I don't think anything here is made from anything other than very cheap
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'd refinish the whole lot.
Yeah.
Maybe get rid of some of the big
Would you
Achilles heels.
Would you change the layout of the dash, or would you just use different materials?
In the later ones, the 7 through 9, that dash is going. That dash is horrendous. If you look that up, you'll also agree with me. It's just got a weird shape.
Okay.
Get rid of that.
So you would completely redo it.
Yeah. Because they say, like, obviously it's a driver's car. So when you're driving it, you're going to be like, wow, I'm driving an Evo. This is phenomenal.
Sure. Yeah.
But you got to remember, the bit on the outside, you don't see. Okay, so it's cool that it looks cool and you can look back at it, you can park up, you can look at it. The things you look at and touch and feel all the time are quite important.
Yeah, big time, yeah.
Because all you do is look at a dash.
Yeah.
Or a Speedo. Or
Well, I'd hope you're looking out the windscreen, but yeah.
Never, brother.
Fucking hell, this road's well good.
Not even one time. God, this is a big steering wheel, isn't it?
What does it say on the Speedo there? 104.
Oh, 98 miles an hour around the apex. But yeah, so dashboards
How do you
are
redo the Shogun? Same thing.
See, the Shogun, I would go full, like...
Dakar spec.
I would either go that or I would do Range Rover spec.
Really? Okay. Fuck that was. All right.
Mario.
Shit. It's going to come smashing through the door. Yahoo!
It's like Range Rover spec Shogun. I think not, brother.
JQ spec Shogun.
Yeah,
That kind of has ruined it for one side though, hasn't it? Because you've got the JQ people going, oh, they think my car's a Range Rover. You've got the Range Rover people who are 180 grand deep into a JQ. And they're like, and the JQ people are like, oh, my car's actually a bit more reliable than your 180
crazy,
grand
isn't
Range
it?
Rover.
Crazy.
It does rust from factory.
Yeah, but so does the Range Rover, probably.
Yeah, probably, yeah. That is a very one-sided transaction there, isn't it?
The only real winners are actually the JQ people,
100%.
and I can't fault them.
No, because they spend £180 a month, and the Range Rover people spend 18 grand a month on their ones.
It's true.
And then they get smoked by the JQ people if they're like
Million
EV
horsepower
slash
EV.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
So fit and finish on Mitsubishi.
So you'd have a JQ interior in your...
Yeah, I'd have a JQ7 swapped Evo.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that, mate.
That's the hook, that one. That's the podcast hook. But I'm going to just throw this out there. If there's anybody on the off chance that's listening to this that does any sort of work on Evos to make them nicer, I want to see it.
Well, like
and
a
also,
conversion or something.
Like, I know
Retrim.
in this country we're blessed with a lot of specialists.
Yeah.
So somewhere
Yeah,
in
you're
this
a specialist, all right, mate.
very specialist. So somewhere, eventually, someone might like come upon this podcast and go, "Oh no way! I restore Evos. I do all this work to Evos. I want them to come
you.
find me."
So
bring
then they
their
go,
car
"So
to me
what
so I can look at it
They
and
can
ogle
go,
it.
what can I do for you, sir? And you go, well, I haven't actually bought one yet. I was planning on buying the structurally categorized write-off, but then I didn't. So come back when I have one.
Yeah, if only I had like some sort of thing that could check for these things.
Crazy.
Interesting. Anyway.
Anyway. So updating you on our projects. Video projects, that is, not the car project. Watkins, by the time you see this, Watkins will have finished, but I actually don't do the race until Saturday. I haven't done really any practice for that, so that's going to be good. Andrew's pulled out of the race because he's got work stuff, and Barlas has done hundreds of laps of practice, so I'm hoping he can just carry me the whole thing.
I cannot wait to witness this.
And that was the race where the community picked the car. So we put out a poll, they picked the car we'd race.
What did they pick?
The Corvette. So jokes on them, that's like one of my favourites.
Is it a new Corvette or an
it's a
old
C8. I think it's a C8, the mid-engine one. And everyone was like, you're going to have to drive the Corvette. And I was like, yeah, Corvette's fucking
Thank you,
quality,
brother.
mate. Like, what do you want? And then people were like, oh, Like in the Discord, they're like, "Oh, I thought we were going to troll you." And I was like, "If you put me in a Porsche, that would have
shouldn't have said that.
The Porsche would have trolled me." No, I'm never doing that again, by the way. But the Porsche, because everyone's like, "Oh yeah, the Porsche is well good. Like the Porsche is so good."
Isn't it the Meta technically?
Yeah, but it's also like rear engine, so it drives like a bag of shit. Unless
Whoa.
unless you are
Porsche, we didn't mean it.
highly skilled. iRacing Porsche drives like a bag of shit. The MR2, we're still working on that. I've ordered an eBay. Looks like it came out of the ocean throttle body with an IAC. If that solves the problem, I'm going to be half fuming, half absolutely delighted. If it does another 10,000 miles with that eBay IAC, don't care. That's perfect.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
Would have been cheaper than the O2 sensors.
Yeah,
and I get a free throttle body.
Yeah, crazy.
So I can throttle someone with the body. So that's coming along. We've decided to film this in the morning instead of usually the last week we filmed it after, but we were like, we want to get this podcast done. So we're actually going to be doing discs and pads on that, and I think that might be it.
And you're
bleeding the coolant. Oh no, we're going to need to do that again. Aren't we?
Yeah.
When we put
So you're going to clean up the steering UJ.
Yes.
You're going to clean up some of the underside and wax oil the life out of it with nice clear wax oil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're going to do the D's and P's, and I'm going to watch with my bad back on the cuck chair.
Yeah. With the microphone.
With the microphone. And a notebook.
Yeah. And a cigar. Oh, interesting, Ryan. You bought an old car and the bolts don't come undone anymore.
Weird. That doesn't want to come out, does it?
What a strange thing.
Yes.
And I have a little teaser because excuse me,
brother.
I have a little teaser. I've been thinking of making this video. I'm not going to tell you what it is because someone's going to steal the idea. The one person that watches this will steal the idea.
Yeah.
So I can't go into too much detail, but it involves similar to the Beam video in it's like an opinion piece, but it's about an era of cars and why I believe it to be the best. And I think a lot of people agree now, but I've finished writing that. I just need to make it, which is the fun part.
Nice.
And that's pretty much an update on where we are. Have you got anything to add to that? I'll JQ swap anything. Just take the body off. I know you kind of want the body because it looks like a Range Rover. Just JQ swap a JQ. Just leave everything as it is.
It was perfect.
It's actually the perfect car. We're going to get to like episode 40 with just a bog standard JQ. Want to modify it, Alex? No, I think it's perfect. It's actually too good. Brand new car, 22 grand. 22 grand Range Rover, brand new.
We will go buy a crash damage one immediately, and we're going to turn it into a rally car.
We'll just take all the body panels off.
No, we're just going to gut it, cage it,
exo frame,
map the shit out of it, and then drive on drive.
By map it, you mean download the software update? That's what we're doing.
Yeah, so it's just admin stuff. We've started channel members now.
Mm-hmm.
So that will give you little video updates, a few early exclusive stuff, early access to videos, and more relevant to this, you'll get to ask questions for the podcast. Yeah. So a few of the best questions may make it into the full podcast, but you'll get your own little section where we're answering your question.
Yeah, Alex reckons we get 300 comments a video.
I think we might.
I've literally got a 4K. It caught you in 4K saying that.
Yeah.
I think we get close to 30 or 3. Yeah. So I reckon all of the...
I think I'm biased because the last one I checked was like...
wow, MR2. That Nürburgring video's done all right at 250k. They must all do that.
Yeah, they
all do.
And
at least 200 of those comments were, please remove the activate Windows thing.
Which joke's on you.
Ooh, joke's on you is somewhere there, I think, is the activate Windows thing.
And then further admin. We may or may not have merch by now. Ryan's going to beat you up. We may or may not have merch by now.
Yeah.
In theory, we'll sort that tomorrow.
In theory, yeah. We'll go and pay that Polish lady to make even more things.
Oh yeah,
and the merch.
did phenomenal.
Yeah.
Did phenomenal
Yeah.
work. So so we might have merch for you.
That's our first employee, is this Polish lady just designing stuff for us.
Nice. So all of that will be down below, and also because this is on a separate channel or on Spotify or wherever you may find it, we'll have a link to the channel.
It'll be on a Facebook page with 4 likes, something like that.
So yeah, you can find all that down below. But any interactions or contributions, really appreciated. I know I don't sound that enthusiastic about that.
We
but
really appreciate it if you just interact.
We really appreciate it. But yeah, every time I check and we got like a new comment, even if it's just activate Windows, I'm like,
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I like the ones that are like, what stuff are you using? What's your sim rig looking like? Jokes on them. I'm going to make that a members only video, so you can find out what it is. It's going to cost you £2.99 right now.
The secret sauce to my placing X in this race.
The best bit of that is like, if you look far enough into any of my videos, that you'll find it out anyway for free, but you have to go through the work of finding it. So we're businessmen now. This is what we do.